setting up this corner, and it's like had me reflecting a lot on this idea of like perfectionism and like waiting to start something until it's perfect. And I was coming downstairs after like navigating this whole new setup, and I'm cozy, I'm comfy. But one of the things I realized was if I had waited till this was perfect, I wouldn't have a podcast right now. And it's a little bit of that messy action. It's a little bit of that permission to just start where I was. And then it got me like thinking even more on like other areas in my life that has happened. Same thing with gardening. Like I kept myself from starting a podcast and from gardening for years because I was stuck in that like perfectionism spiral. And I realized that I did that with my business too for a while, but there was something different with the business, and maybe it was the same with the other things, but it was just this like deep knowing that something needed to change and that I got to make that change. And I think it's so easy for us who have worked in systems, institutions, my educators, my therapists, my teachers, my practitioners. You know what it's like to work in the system and to be bogged down by exhaustion, burnout, all the things. And there's this whisper that something has to change. But what I want you also to hear, and is the reason that I made this change in my business and my life, is something needs to change and you get to be the one to change it. And I know it's scary and overwhelming because you don't know how, but you have that power and you get to do that for yourself. And that's what Permission to Be is all about. It is this beautiful, safe space for 12 weeks where you get to reconnect with you, who you are, what you're all about, what you need, what lights you up. And when you do that, you get the answers and you have the foundation to make decisions calmly, confidently, clarity on the decisions. Everything starts to shift. Something needs to change and you get to be the one to change it.